Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we got up bright and early today, and as you can see, we started plowing this field. I took the little cultivator attachment off the plow because we have that big disc harrow, and I want to use that. So that's why I decided to take that off. And I feel like it would have just taken us longer with that attachment on it. Now, as you can see, our plow's kicking up quite a bit of stones. But they're tiny, they're small, so at this point in time, I'm not really going to worry about getting a stone collector. However, we are going to need a roller. Now, this could all change when I cultivate. If for some reason when we cultivate, it digs up bigger stones, then we'll probably lease a stone picker and get those out of the field. But if it doesn't, we're just going to leave the small stones in there. I don't think they're going to be enough to damage anything. And we're going to kind of do it the right way. So after this, I'm going to have to get some lime. And the funny thing is, I always want to put the lime down before I plow, because I usually like to plow the lime into the field. But for some reason, I wasn't even thinking. I just grabbed the plow and I started working. So what we'll do is, after we plow the field, we'll get our lime spreader. We'll fill that with lime this field. Then we'll get our disc harrow and we'll cultivate the field. Cultivate that lime right into the soil. And then we'll see what the field looks like. We'll see what it looks like in the way of stones. Like I say, if that cultivator doesn't dig up any bigger stones, then I'm going to leave it the way it is. And we'll get a seeder and we'll plant something in this field. But even then, I don't know if I'm in a huge rush to plant anything in this field. I mean, we have time. It's not like we're in that big of a hurry. And you know, guys, I was thinking about those grass fields, and silly me, I don't know what I was thinking, but we don't need a tedder. Technically, all we need is a windrow and a baler that can wrap, because we want to make silage bales out of grass, so we don't need to dry them. We don't want to turn that into hay. So I don't know what I was thinking. Now, I've been looking at the contracts, and there's a couple pretty lucrative contracts that I see. One is, I believe, either a potato or sugar beet harvest. That's a really that's a really big job with a pretty good payout. There's, I believe, a fertilizing contract that's like over 11 grand. So that's another one that I'm really keeping my eye on. But I want to at least get our field plowed today before I start working on another person's farm. You know, that's just kind of my thing. I kind of want to get my farm taken care of first here before we start thinking about helping other people's farms. Although, helping their farms will help my farm by giving me more money. Because I realize that I don't even have a seeder. So we're going to need a seeder, we're going to need a roller. Yeah. So there's a lot that we have to think about. And also, we still have to go harvest that other field where the original farm was. And we have those fields to take care of as well. So we don't have a shortage of work, that's for certain. But we do have limited funds. I mean, 60,000 isn't bad, but it's not going to give us everything that we need. And I would like to buy some chickens at some point. Maybe by the end of this episode, we'll have some chickens. No promises, but that's something I would like to work on anyway. The sooner we get chickens in there, the sooner we can start getting eggs and getting a little more income, you know. Because right now, as of right now, we don't have any income coming in. but that's all right. It is a beautiful early fall day here. Well, actually, September 2nd technically isn't fall yet, is it? September 2nd is still summer. Lately, the way the weather's been going, in New York anyway, because that's where I live, you know, right up to and through October has been like really nice lately, you know, and this year particularly, we haven't still had any bitter cold, and we haven't had any big snowstorms yet, which I'm actually enjoying, you know. I do find that the older I get, I enjoy the snow less and less. The cold never bothers me, but yeah, just having to drive in the snow and stuff like that, it is not fun. Especially when there's other drivers on the road. That's always the bigger issue anyway. So guys, I'm going to finish plowing this field, and then I think we're going to take a look at those contracts that I was talking about. Alright, that job is done. So let's go put this plow back, and we'll check on those jobs because I don't want to lose them, and I don't really know how quick the jobs will go. Since I started a new save, I'm hoping the contracts will be fixed, and I hope they will refresh themselves because they worked previously. So I kind of hope that was just a bug and is getting fixed. And what I'm really enjoying is look at the fuel, guys. The fuel consumption is finally going down. That is great to see, because it's just not unrealistic to drive a tractor for 2 or 3 years in the game and, you know, never have to put fuel in it. Okay, so let's just park this up over here. Actually, this thing could probably use a good wash. So let's check out the contracts. Okay, so starting at the top, we have cultivating, and a little bored with cultivating, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Although, it looks like these fields, it looks like we have a bigger cultivator than they're using. So we could do these just for extra cash and just use our own equipment. I don't see why not. Fertilizing. So this is that big fertilizing job right here, field 32. 11,446. So we'd only lose like $1,700 by using their equipment. I wonder how much... fertilizer goes such a long way, though. I mean, we may be able to do this with ours, even if we have to fill up a couple times, because it wouldn't hurt to have fertilizer anyway. But 11,400, man, that's a good price. That's a good price. Harvesting. So we have actually a couple decent ones here in harvesting. Let me just check down here, see what we have. So sowing field, $6,000. That's not bad either. Geez, if we use their equipment, we're only losing like $720. That's not bad at all. There's some pretty good spraying contracts. But yeah, I was looking at this right here, the field 38 harvesting. $23,000, $23,210. And if we use their equipment, we're only losing $1,142. That's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? I think we have to take that one. Potatoes, you know, I mean, it's going to take a long time. Field 38. Let's take a look at this quick. I don't want to waste too much time because, again, that's field 32. 33, 34. Field 38. I know this field. I know this field very well. Gee, that might not be bad. I mean, that's pretty good money, though. So we're going to do that. Where was it? Harvesting right here. So we're going to borrow those items. Okay. So we have that one. This fertilizing job. Field 32. Let's take a look at Field 32. Wait a minute. I just looked at Field 32. Huh, this is Field 32. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. You know, the good thing is, though, the shop is right there, so it's not far to go to get more fertilizer. I think... Oh, boy. So, my kind of thought process is that it's going to take us the same amount of fertilizer no matter what. So, whether we have to fill up a bigger fertilizer spreader or just fill up ours a couple times, it's still going to cost the same amount, right? That's kind of where my logic is. So, we're going to accept that contract. We can accept 3. So, what's another really lucrative one? 7 grand? That's not bad. Field 25. Field 64. That's just a Rostomash. So, that's kind of a small harvest. Oh, that's only $376. Never mind. I'm not interested in that. This sewing contract is just kind of screaming to me. Mr. Ortega, man, you know, 6,982 and we only lose $721. I think we're going to borrow those items as well. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. So, I'm going to head on down to the shop and we're going to pick up some of those equipment. I don't know what I want to do first. Actually, yeah, man, I am really scatterbrained today for some reason. You know what? Let's do this. Let's grab our fertilizer. A spreader here. Go around to the store, fill that up, and let's do that contract first, I think. Now, if I can get this thing out of here, because this barn... I don't know. I think we may eventually knock this barn down and get a different one. Because this one is... it's a little tight. It's a little tight. It's an old barn, though. Okay. Let me go in cab view here. I think that'll be a little better. We can see a little more. Yep, perfect. This tractor is filthy, but let's do this job first. Let's grab our weight. I don't think we'll need it. Okay. So guys, I'm going to head down to the shop. We're going to fill this for fertilizer, and then we're going to head off to whatever field 32? I think it's the one right behind the shop, so yeah. We'll see when we get there, guys. Alright, that's all filled, and field 32 should be just back here. So field 32 has sunflowers in it, so this is going to make things a little trickier. But alright, that's alright. Let's okay. Field looks a little bigger than I thought it was, but that's alright. Let's get to it here. It's gonna be so hard to see what we fertilized here, but well, we'll have to figure it out, I guess. Alright guys, I don't know, man. We're gonna cut it close. We're 36%. It's done. The contract is done. Hallelujah. And we have 36% left. And the contract's done. So let's whew, boy. I was sweating that one. Reimbursement 0. That kinda sucks. But we'll collect. Well, actually, we did make some more because what was I at? I was at like 60. Was that like 60 grand before I filled up the fertilizer? I felt like I was at around 60 grand. So, all right, we made a little bit of money. I mean, not the most lucrative, but yeah, I mean, if we would have already had fertilizer, then it would have been great, but unfortunately we didn't. So still, it's money. So actually we only made like what, like 4 grand from that. Not the best, not the best. You know what? I guess we're just going to have to do it. You know, the funny thing is, I don't actually mind doing potatoes because I love the machine. I love the details. And honestly, I don't really feel that doing potatoes is that bad. I mean, it doesn't really take that long with this harvester, I don't think. So let's open up the map here and see. Is 38 the potato field? Was that the potato field? Because man, it's a harvest potato field 38. Okay, that's a big field of potatoes. Why does it look like there's already... Oh, okay. That screen, I'm like, that screen had me freaking out. I'm like, why does it look like there's already potatoes in here? We haven't done nothing yet. Alright, so I guess here we go, guys. We're going to go do this potato contract and hopefully get a lot of money. Let's see, am I going to take up the whole road? Yes, I'm going to take up the whole road. People are not going to be happy with me. Does it have beacons? It does have beacons. We're going to put them on because We're going slow. Look, there's nothing behind us. So field 38, it's funny, I just did something on field 38. I can't remember where it was. Oh, I think it was a cultivating contract, and I actually did it with a cultivator that was really too small for the field. Incidentally, that was a contract that I did on my last Let's Play while I was doing that before the patch came out. So, yeah. Alright guys, so we're going to get down to the field, and I'll see you when we get there. Oh yes, here we are, field number 38. Ah, boy. You know, I may call the shop and tell them to bring the tractor with the tipper down here for me. They'll charge me, but it's one less thing I'll have to do, I think. So let's get this bad boy unfolded. I do absolutely love this machine. I mean, it's like a freaking transformer, isn't it? I mean, look at it. Alright, so I made a call to the store, and they have someone on their way as we speak. Let's get that map out of there. Ah, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's turn this on. Lower this down, and here we go, guys. This is going to be a wild ride. Let's see what this puts us at. So we're at 71. Is this going to bring us up to 82, maybe? 80, 82, I'm thinking? 81%. So now we're only getting 10% per load. So 2 more loads is probably going to seal the deal here. I wonder if that's going to leave any potatoes for us. That's pretty interesting. Now, on my live stream that I did on Monday night, I was on the French map, and I'm not on a new save with that. And I think I harvested like wheat or something, and we had quite a bit of wheat left over. I mean, like, we made 10 grand in just a leftover crop. Okay, so this is strange. It just told me that the contract on this field is finished. Why did that happen? Wait a minute. I am thoroughly confused. So we're gonna make 22,067, but I haven't delivered. I haven't delivered the last bits of potatoes to the restaurant. So we're at 91% right now in the harvester. It's saying I can collect, and plus I still have all of this left. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to dump this at our farm. I'm going to harvest the rest of these potatoes. And then we'll collect the contract and see if we get to keep all the potatoes. I mean, I could probably just... I could sell these right now. Maybe? If I sell them now, though... hello? Come on, fill up. What's going on? The only thing I'm wondering about is that if I sell them... It said I was only at 91% before. I don't know. I don't know what to do. You know what? We're already going to have $22,000 from this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over there. And I'm going to sell it and see what happens. If this does go to the contract, then we'll know. And next time, we'll just dump them out on our property and just save them. But what I'm going to do is I'll go deliver these there. Come back, finish harvesting the field. And like I said, we'll have to dump these potatoes on our property because I don't have a trailer big enough to hold all these potatoes. So this is interesting. I mean, I wasn't expecting the contract to end that way. I thought the contract would end with me delivering the last load of potatoes to the diner. So right now, this is purely for scientific purposes. I just want to know, with this load, where is this going to go? Is this going to be going into my account? Or is this going to count towards the contract still? Because like I said, last time I delivered, it was only 91%. We should know right away. No, we're getting all the money. We're getting all the money from these potatoes. Okay. So, you know what? I am not going to dump these out. I am going to continue to harvest them. I'm going to fill this trailer up. And we're going to just sell them off. And then when we're done, we're going to finish the contract and collect our 22 grand. So, man, this actually worked out a lot better than I was expecting. Alright guys, so this is the last load of potatoes that we have from that field. Now I want to say, prior to the contract being finished, we had maybe right around 63 grand or just under 63,000. I want to say it was around 63 grand. So 63, we've already made like over 5 grand just in extra potatoes. So with this last little bit, let's see how much this gets us. $2,659. So I want to say maybe a little over $7,000 in just extra income from the potatoes that were left over. Okay, so now we're at 71,509. Now let's accept the contract, or collect the contract, I should say. Now this is with $93,462. Wow. I would say that was a job well done. I mean, yes, it is after 1 o'clock in the morning now. We are exhausted and we're stuck at the diner. But, wow, yeah. So the contract alone, we got a little over 21,000 because we lost a little over $1,000 for using the equipment, which I don't feel was bad. We also used workers, so you have to factor that in. So at the end, we made close, I want to say close to 30 grand. Yeah, we made like 30 grand off that contract. So potatoes, they are a gold mine. All right. Well, guys, this is going to be the last roleplay episode before Christmas because our roleplay series, and this isn't a roleplay series, I know, but our Let's Play, we'll say, our Let's Play series is every Tuesday and Thursday. I will have other content out. We are going to do a live stream on Christmas Eve sometime in the afternoon, but that's going to be on Train Sim World 2, so if you're not interested in other games, if you only like my farming simulator content, I would just like to take this time to wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday. And, yeah, I'm going to get back to the farm. And, we'll see you later, guys.